What is going on, next level? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be learning how to do a beard lineup, shape up using the edge up with the straight razor. My name is Mike Angelo. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. The first thing that I'm doing, I have the babyliss trimmer. I have it upside down and I'm starting right at the earlobe. That is going to be my guideline, and we're just completely doing a bald guideline, and then we're going to follow it up using the babyliss electric shaver. You want to make sure that you use this step. Do not skip this step using the electric shaver, because this step makes the fade on the beard really pop out. So now we're going to be jumping over to the low pros. From babyliss, I got the lever open and I'm simply setting a guideline. Once you set that guideline, I close it halfway down, and then I keep repeating these steps, closing it until the lever is completely closed and that guideline is completely erased. That step, we're going to be using the number one guard. I got the lever open, and this technique is called raking. So what I'm doing, I am raking the hair with the growing pattern. That way I eliminate a little bit of bulk and create that blend right off the back to blend into the harsh line, the first guideline that we set first. Once you're done raking, I got the lever open, and then I'm going to smoothly use the corners of the blade to start blending out that line. I'm using the same technique I did previously. I keep closing the lever until that guideline is completely erased. If the guideline is not completely erased, simply just take off the guard and use the corner of the blade to completely blend it out. So the first thing I like to do before doing a lineup on the beard, I like to eliminate any hair that is sticking out, so I start shaping up the beard however the client desires. So what I do right now, kind of line up, and I always do this step before doing any kind of lineup, and I always do this step before doing any kind of lineup, and I always do this step before doing any kind of lineup, and I always do this step before doing any kind of lineup, and I always do this step before doing any kind of lineup. The reason why I want to do this before the lineup, I want to visualize the full complete task. So I want to see the shape of the beard first, that way I know exactly where I'm going to line it up. So now that we finished up the beard, shaping it up, now it's time to do the lineup. So the first thing I like to do is I always like to start behind the beard, right in front of the earlobe, and I create that sharp line. To me, that is setting a foundation. That way I know the beard is going to come out nice and square, and that's going to allow me to see the rest of the lines that I need to apply to get the beard shape that I really want. Our goal for this beard lineup is to have it nice and square. So using the trimmers, if I see any excess hair or hair that I left behind using the clippers, I like to target it with the trimmers and make sure I get all the smallest details. Like I said, our goal for this beard is to make it nice and square. So I want to get or create room right there underneath the chin and create that nice square silhouette. Once I have a full visual on where the shape up is going to end, I like to target a specific edge right there, right next to the mustache, to create that sharp square look. So I set a guideline, I flip the trimmers upside down, and then I start following that shape. I don't want to go in too low. My client wants to keep it as high as possible and make it look as square as possible. So creating that sharpness right from his beard to his mustache, that is gonna give it the illusion of having a really nice squared beard. We're getting to the corner of his beard where it curves up. So what I do, I use the trimmer like if it were to be a pencil. From the mustache going over to his cheek, I want to keep it as straight as possible, creating that square illusion. And once it starts to curve up to his ear, I want to use it like if I were a pencil to just kind of draw, make that nice round right there, that shape. And it doesn't have to be as sharp as possible just yet, because we are going to follow it up using the straight razor. As we're working towards the mustache, I always start on one side. So I start in the middle, work my way to either side, whatever side you start first. In this case, it's going to be his left hand side. So I start right in the middle, and using the corners of the blade, I start creating that lineup. I don't want to go up too high because it's going to be in the corner of the mustache. Go downward, don't go in too deep in the corner of the mustache. Go downward, don't go in too deep in the corner of the mustache. Go downward, don't go in too deep. So when we're working with the bottom of the beard, depending on the client's beard, the length of the beard, it could be a little difficult to do. So it's sometimes hard to create those sharp lines when the client is sitting up straight. So the best way to do this is to lay your client back, and you're gonna see a full view underneath the beard. Start on one side, create that sharp line, remove the excess hair, work your way to the other side, make sure the both sides are matching, and then follow it up with the electric shaver. And you should be pretty set right there, making sure that the bottom underneath the jawline looks natural, nice and squared. And this works every single time. Remember to face the client towards the mirror, that way you can see your lines. And remember, the mirror never lies. Always follow what the mirror says. You will get those straight lines. Now we're going to be adding some hot leather on both sides. The reason why I like to put some hot leather is because it first feels warm, feels awesome, great customer service in my opinion, but it also helps the skin. It kind of acts like soap, so when you pass the straight razor, it cleans the skin, it softens up the hair follicles. And then I'm gonna follow it up putting a hot towel on. So what this does, the hot towel, the hot leather, it creates smooth skin, it creates soft hair follicles, it becomes a smooth, and it feels amazing. It's nice and 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 smooth, and so as we're working with the straight razor, we are first of all eliminating I like to target the hot leather. So I pull the skin with the opposite hand, nice and firm, and I'm using small strokes as it get closer to the hair, and you can get a really close shave. Glides perfectly, and you can get a really close shave. Glides perfectly, and you can get a really close shave. Glides perfectly, and you can get a really close shave. Glides perfectly, and you can get a really close shave. Glides perfectly, and you can get a really close shave. Glides perfectly, and you can get a really close shave. Glides perfectly, and you can get a really. As we get closer to the line where we created with the trimmers, I eliminate the excess hot lather with the towel, and now I have a clear visual on where I'm cutting. The hair, the follicles, they're already nice and warm, they're soft, so there's no issue, there's no problems for the razor blade to get stuck or start pulling any hair. We're applying a matte product, a matte clay from Victory Crown. He had the full hawk look on top, going straight to the back with a sharp V on the back, doing the burst fade. But what we focused on today was that beard lineup. Check out how we shaped it up, how we kept it nice and square, kept the lineup nice and fresh. If you guys like this video, if you guys learned something from the video, like the video, share it with your friends, comment down below. I will see you guys on the next video. My name is Mike Comment down below. Peace.